And you know, this is my 25th year in education, and definitely I've seen some changes over 25 years. And I think the biggest change is not that kids are still not going to pick at each other, just like when I was a kid. You'll hear parents sometimes say boys being boys, and that's always been the case. True bullying, I think sometimes that definition gets skewed quite a bit. I mean, the definition of bullying is an incident that's taken place over and over and over again. If not, it's not really considered bullying, you know, at our school. It has to be something that's repeated, and it can be is something as simple as name calling, making fun of someone about the way they look, color of their skin, the shoes that they wear. If it happens over and over again, yes, then we may have a case of bullying. But a first-time incident, we don't treat that like bullying here, and I wouldn't even call it that when I did the discipline report. That would just be an isolated incident of maybe teasing, could be harassment, could be horseplay.
Yeah.
But it may not even be considered bullying at all. But the way that I've seen bullying, true bullying, change over the years is now with social media.
Right.
There's no doubt about it that it's so much easier to be brave behind a keyboard or behind that cell phone, and that's where we see things happening on the outside. But sometimes then it gets brought to the inside, even if kids are doing what they call cyberbullying today. If it's done at home, sometimes that leads to us having a problem at school the next day. Don't see a lot of that here, but this is what I hear from other superintendents and other principals. That's the biggest change that I've seen, because it's so easy to be brave behind that keyboard or behind the cell phone and say things that you wouldn't normally say to another student in person. And a lot of times that's name calling, making somebody feel bad about themselves. Just degrading comments and things like that is what I have seen in the past and talked to other folks about. Don't have a lot of that here, but I have dealt with it. I have dealt with it a few times just in the last 3 years. I think kids that do the bullying a lot of times, or maybe are guilty of the name calling or doing things on cell phone or on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, usually have I think it's sometimes a self-esteem problem themselves. Maybe they don't have as good a feeling about themselves, or maybe they feel like they don't have as many friends. And that's their way of showing maybe that they're jealous of someone else. So I can see that maybe being a case. Kids that are bullied, that are bullied, or maybe are being made fun of. I really don't see no pattern with that. That could be anyone. That could be the popular student. It could be a student that may not, be in sports, or may not be in as many activities as another kid, and they still, may be a target for someone to pick at them. Here at our school, I mean, we have such a different school here, and we have a group of students that are so accepting. So we love to see new kids come in. Our students do. So they're really, really great about taking in kids, whoever they may be. I don't care if it's a first through fourth grader or fifth through eighth. We have a school that loves to see new kids come in, I guess because we don't get a lot of new kids all the time. So I don't see a lot of students coming in here brand new and maybe kids making fun of them or isolating them because they're from somewhere else. I just don't see that here. That's one of our biggest challenges right now as administrators, is what do you do about kids that are making those comments at home. And we know that it's being done at home, but then the other student that is being maybe targeted brings that to us the next day and says, this is what was said last night because I took a screenshot of it. This is what was said about me last night at 9 o'clock. And now it's been brought to us. Now we can't police what happens at home, but I can always make a phone call home to mom and dad. And when I get that support from them, that's my best avenue for taking care of that problem, is through mom and dad. We have an SRO full time now. A lot of times students will just stop our officer in the hallway and say, I want you to know something, and they will report to my officer maybe being made fun of or name calling, and then my officer we always talk, and he reports that back to me so that I can follow up as well.